Hello, good evening, and welcome to Supreme Leverage. My name is Olubukola Adewi, and I'm the CEO of Supreme Education Foundation School. And so today we are getting our glow on. It's time for we ladies, and I think men should take advantage of it as well, so that we are all glowing, all looking bright. But before we start, as we usually do, we will go for the news with Mrs. Oshibali. Over to you for the news.
Thank you, Ms. Adewi. You're welcome to Supreme Leverage News. Here are the headlines. Supreme News. WAEC announces release of 2020 WAEC result. NECO to restart examination on Monday. EFCC quizzes FRS ex-boss over alleged 100 billion naira fraud. Nigerians contested in U.S. elections. U.S. objection delays Okonjo-Iweala emergence as World Trade Organization Director General. I am Olabisi Oshibowale. Now to the news. SEF News. Supreme Education Foundation School is set to resume from first half-term break on Monday, 9th of November. We believe our students are making the best of the break after a seamless first half-term assessment. Join Supreme Education Foundation School, where students are achievers. Unbeatable academic experience awaits you. WAEC announces result of 2020 WAEC result. The head of WAEC National Office, Mr. Patrick Aragan, announced the release of results via WAEC official Twitter handle on Monday, November 2nd, 2020. In the statement, the head of National Office acknowledged a total of 1,549,740 candidates registered for the 2020 examination, while 1,538,445 candidates eventually sat for the examination. The recent violence and unrest affected operations of some of the offices nationwide, which delayed the release of the results. NECO restarts examination on Monday. The 2020 School Certificate Examination, SSCE, suspended by the NECO, will resume next Monday. NECO announced the suspension of the examination in the wake of NSAS protests, which disrupted the movement of examination materials nationwide. EFCC quizzes FRS ex-boss Fowler over alleged 100 billion naira fraud. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission is presently interrogating former chairman of the FRS, Babatunde Fowler, over 100 billion naira tax evasion allegation leveled against him, a tax firm, Alpha Beta Consulting. Nigerians contested in United States of America elections. No fewer than 9 Americans contested on Tuesday's general election in the U.S., the News Agency of Nigeria reports. One of these contestants, Mr. Owulewa, a PhD holder in pharmacy from the Northeastern University Boston, is seeking to represent the District of Columbia under the Democratic Party. If elected, the 30 years old, whose agenda includes fighting income inequality in the U.S., would be the first Nigerian congressman in the country's history. U.S. objection delays Okonjo-Iweala emergence as World Trade Organization Director General. Key World Trade Organization ambassador tapped Nigerian nominee Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as the best pick to lead the organization, but she was opposed by the United States of America, which said it supported South Korean Trade Minister Yo Myung-yi instead. The global trade body is thus set to be led by a woman for the first time, whichever of the two final candidates succeeds in their bid to follow Roberto Azevedo, who stepped down as WTO Director General in August, a year ahead of schedule. Our quote on the news today: The future belongs to the competent. Get good, get better, be the best. That will be all on the new segment today. Back to you, Miss Adewi.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Oshibuade. Thank you. That was fantastic. And congratulations to Supreme as a whole on our WAEC results. It was beautiful, absolutely fantastic. We are excited, and we are also very excited that none of our results were seized, were held back. It was just all beautiful. Lots of A's and C's. It was wow. So well done. Congratulations to you too. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and so back to getting our glow. We are getting our glow on today, and we have an expert in the house to help us. Ladies and men should also have the glow on. We like them to look good and fresh. And today we have with us Mrs. Kalani Ebiyekwamo, and I'm sure she would help me if I pronounce that wrongly. She is the founder and creative director of KG Cosmetics, an exclusive makeup company located in Port Harcourt. It was established in 2013. She's also the chief operating officer of Bonds and Better Limited, a sit-in bistro located in the heart of Port Harcourt. She's passionate about contributing to and expanding the beauty industry. She's well read, so you will now begin to see how this tallies in with cosmetics. So she puts on several hats. She's able to balance overseeing the daily operations, establishing policies and actions, as well as working with internal and external bodies to ensure seamless operations of several businesses. With a BA in economics from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and a master's in business administration from the University of Wales Institute, Cardiff, Callan expressed a love for beauty, particularly in cosmetology. She attended the London School of Beauty and Makeup and is part of the prestigious International Makeup Association. A road to success in the beauty industry is paved with many years of service, and she's garnered experiences working with Benefits Cosmetics, Sleek Cosmetics, Celery Faces, and she has shown an insatiable hunger for learning and execution. And this she has put together in building and establishing her business today. She also has been gotten many awards for her cosmetics. In 2013, after she recognized a gap in the Nigerian beauty market for quality beauty product. God bless you for that. All the women are saying thank you for thinking of that. She catered to the skincare needs of the average woman with a desire to look good. Calent KG Cosmetics created the first indigenous luxury lip brand in southern Nigeria in 2014, she received a first award from the WWC exhibition for the best emerging makeup brand. In 2016, she received another reward from the Le Méridien for being an exceptional woman in Rivers State. I was also given the Quintessential Award for a distinction in the beauty industry by the Miss Port Harcourt City in 2017. Believe me, I can go on and on about all she's done with different years, but it just proves to us that beyond any reasonable doubt, we need her on board to get our glow on, especially in this season where we are stressed out. Thank you so much for coming on Supreme Leverage. Thank you very much for making out time. It's such a pleasure to have you on. So what is required? And I can see your skin is glowing. I can see you glowing there. So you're really doing something right. And also, it's nice to see you looking all this piece, especially in Nigeria, where we're just beginning to get the balance between you don't have to be light for you to glow. You don't have to be fair. You don't have to bleach your skin for you to look beautiful. So tell us what is required to have a great look.
Okay, thanks for having me. I'm totally honored, being here on your show. Quickly, just to answer your question, what is required? I would say from my perspective is just to have the right confidence. I think it starts with
Okay.
you as an individual. Okay, so you have to give that self-love to yourself. So you look into the mirror and you tell yourself that you are absolutely brilliant. And when you have that
Okay.
confidence, even if you have like products that you were using or you follow a routine, every other thing follows, if you get what I mean. So I think
Mm.
it starts with
Yeah.
confidence. It starts with using, understanding your skin type and using the right products that will suit it. But I think for me, confidence is the first thing. Confidence is the first thing.
Fantastic. So you said also understanding your skin types. How then do we
Right.
begin to understand our skin type? Because I think most of us are confused about our skin type. So we go into the store, we just read well, like what I do. You take the back of the cosmetic product you read, and sometimes you don't even understand
Right.
what you're reading, but you just think, oh, this looks very nice, this looks very rich, and then we begin to use it. And I'm quite aware, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you are the expert here, that some, depending on your skin type, some products sometimes are even too rich for your skin, depending on your skin type, and some is not even rich enough for your skin. So how do we know our skin type?
Okay, so I would help you out with something so simple. If you get home
Okay.
and you are in front of the mirror, right, in your bathroom, so you've removed your makeup from your face. So I want you to just quickly wash your face and relax. Take a book, take a newspaper, send that email or send that SMS and wait for like 30
Okay.
minutes and look at your face in the mirror. What is your skin saying? So does your skin feel dry? Does it feel tight? Instantly, you know that you have dry skin. If your skin feels very oily all round and you could actually see your pores on your face, then you know you have oily skin. If your skin
Mm.
feels tight around your corner and in the middle of your T-zone, it's oily, then you have combination skin. If your
Skin.
skin has one or two of these characteristics, but at the same time it feels a bit itchy, it feels a bit dry, but at the same time it might not necessarily feel like it's oily, then you know that your skin might be sensitive. So you might have like a sensitized skin condition. So that's
Mm.
how that's how easily you could actually tell what skin type you are.
Fantastic. So when you do that wash, you don't use any moisturizer. You just wash your face
No.
and then go and sit down for about 30 minutes. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a good one. No, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I took
Because
my notes.
if
Okay.
you use a moisturizer, it
Mm.
would give you a different reading, if you get what I mean. Because if your skin is dry and you apply
Yeah.
moisturizer over it, then your skin is no longer dry. So it's
That's what
just for you to
yeah, yeah.
notice and notice what your skin
Yeah.
is actually telling you from just looking at it.
Okay, fantastic. So then so when you have a dry skin, if you have an oily skin combination, what kind of moisturizer do you then need to use? What would you advise, and
Okay, so
what
for
level of
dry
makeup?
Right. Okay, so for dry skin, your skin basically lacks hydration and moisture. So what you're trying to do is retain the moisture that your skin can get at every given point in time, and at the same time seal it. So you would be looking for a moisturizer that contains an emollient and an occlusive at the same time. So emollients
Mm,
are creams that would help you like attract the moisture, and occlusives are those that seal. So you look for products that
mm,
contain hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, ceramides, um, basically moisture-based products. Okay, and then you could actually use like a face oil to seal the moisture after you've used your moisturizer, like a rosehip oil as an occlusive, just to seal it, just so that you don't have moisture leaving your skin, especially with us here in Nigeria. We're used to sitting in like acid environments. So sometimes when you sit in an
mm,
acid environment for so long, especially if you have dry skin, it has the tendency to dry out your skin way more than it should.
mm.
So and Occlusive will help you seal that.
Okay, what about if you have an oily skin?
Oh, if you have an oily skin, I would basically tell you to strictly go for oil-free moisturizers. So you don't have any business with, oil-free. So if you look at the packets of like your cosmetics, you would see oil-free, and that is what you should go for. So even if you have oily skin, you should still use a moisturizer because your epidermis needs moisture, okay, for it to function adequately. So just stick to oil-free, and then you're good to go.
Oil-free. And then when it's a combination skin, what do you do?
Well, combination skin, funny enough, absolutely, I love that question because I have combination skin, believe it or not.
Okay.
So yeah, what I do is sometimes my skin might feel slightly drier than it should. So what I do is I have two types of moisturizers, unfortunately. I tend to use like the oil-free one on my T-zone because I get, oil there. Yeah. And then I use the basically the one with the emollients and all that.
Wow.
Face, which is dry. So what happens is that you're dealing with two skin conditions. Yes. So you're dealing with two skin conditions and you're sorting them out at the same time. So everybody's happy. I'm happy. My skin is happy.
That's good. So you use your moisturizer and then you go round, and then the next moisturizer you go this way. Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a new one. Okay. So skincare routines. Please tell us on the kind of skincare routines that we should have. And please speak for both genders because we have both male and female. And I really do want to encourage the men as well because they think to get your glow on is all about women. I think men should also have the glow on as well. So skincare routines.
Okay, so we do know, like I previously said, we have different types of skin types, and you have to interact with each skin type with a different routine. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female because we both have hormones. We have the testosterone in us, we have estrogen and all that. So I think what matters is understanding your skin type. So with women, we're more prone to the skin types that I explained earlier, but I find that men tend to they're like on the two broad spectrums. They're either like oily skinned or they have dry skin, really dry skin. Sometimes you get people who fall in between, who get a bit sensitive, but they're mostly either or. So what I do advise is that for oily skin, stick to the basics. Basically, every skin type, there is a basic, so you have to cleanse your face, meaning you have to wash off your face, get a good cleanser, wash off your face, toner if you want to, if you must, but sometimes you can skip this step. It's not like a compulsory step to use a toner. What a toner actually does is just to help your pores and balance the pH value of your skin. So it's not like, oh, it's a must that you have to use a toner. And then I would say never skip your antioxidant stage. What that is using a serum or an antioxidant to help you keep away oxidative stress, because you have stress from your environment, like the climate, UV, the sun. You're just stressed, pollution, driving in traffic. That's enough stress to make you look older than your age. So vitamin C, either you're taking vitamin C, either you're taking it, putting it on your face, or you're taking it as a capsule. Whatever it is, just have vitamin C in your routine. And then you have your moisturizer, and follow up most importantly with your sunscreen. Make sure it's SPF 30 and above. I think with that routine, even if you have oily skin, the only difference is that with your moisturizer with oily skin, you're using an oil-free moisturizer.
Okay, thank you. We are learning so to use also vitamin C to make sure that we are taking in our vitamin C every day, and then or using it as a serum on our face. That's good. That's really good to know. Okay, can you please share with us common mistakes that we make about our skin? Those are the
Number
common
one
mistakes you find.
mistake. This is one mistake I tend to speak about every single day. It's not using sunscreen and also the reapplication of sunscreen. So sometimes you get two groups of people, the group that is aware and they use sunscreen, and then there's this other group who they don't use sunscreen at all. Now, the group that is aware, I'm pleased with that group, but I'm more scared because they don't reapply sunscreen. Sunscreen should be reapplied every 2 hours. And what I find is that they just,
Really?
yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, you're back on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I
Okay,
can now.
can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I find that they just use the sunscreen on their face and they tend not to use it, what's it called now, on the neck or every other part of their body that is exposed. So with sunscreen, it's not just for the face, it's for the whole body. So if you're wearing sandals and your feet are exposed, you have to use sunscreen. If you're wearing a plain short t-shirt for men or for female, and your arms are exposed, you have to use sunscreen and you have to reapply every 2 hours, irrespective of if you have makeup,
Really?
just like I have makeup on, yes.
Wow, now that is
So,
one common mistake I did not know about. I mean, having to use, I mean, you have it in your power. The most foundation do come with SPF 30 now. So you apply that on your face and then that's it. And then you go. But then, like you said, you find out that you come back home when you take off your clothes. For me, especially, I find that I have that different shades all over where I'm covered and where and the parts that has been exposed to the sun. So really, we
right.
should. So the issue of applying every 2 hours. So that means is like what you do in England, always having your sunscreen with you. So every 2 hours you.
Yeah. You can hear me.
Hello, I think we're back on.
Okay.
We're having a lot of connection issues. Oh, you're back as well. I
Yeah.
think it's just very, very poor connection. And I was just beginning to really understand all you were talking about the skincare. So we were talking
Right.
about the use of sunscreen, one of the popular mistakes that we do make.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about the use of sunscreen. So are you saying that we should have our sunscreen in our bags? And so when we go out
Right.
every 2 hours, we remember to retouch again. Wow.
Mhm.
So if that's it, then do we really have sunscreen products in Nigeria that makes that that is affordable? Do you have those kind of product that is affordable and we're able to get good access to sunscreen?
Yes, we do actually. Sunscreen has the
So,
formulators. They've actually, what would I say? There is so much innovation in that area of skincare, and now we do have like aerosols. We have spray, spray sunscreen. So it's not just the traditional cream or lotions or sun, blocks that we're used to. So with me,
mm,
I carry mine in my bag, and it's a spray. And guess what? It contains vitamin C. So it has an antioxidant
excellent.
and I'm being protective. So it doesn't affect my makeup at all. So it's almost like you have
Mhm.
like a makeup spray, or to the men, if they spray it on their face, it kind of like feels like a mist. Imagine someone, spraying water on you, but in a mist form. So
Okay.
it's subtle and soft on the skin. And what it does is the skin just does its work. It just absorbs the sunscreen and you don't have to do much. Sometimes, yes, you might go the extra mile of patting it into your skin and actually just getting it into your skin, but you don't have to rub it in. No.
Robert,
So
okay. Excellent. That is really good to know. And so we need to come and get some sunscreen for you because also for me there are lots of times I've used sunscreen and I've reacted to it. Sometimes it's too dry. Sometimes it gives me an uncomfortable feel all over my skin. So I want to just wash it off or clean. So it would be nice to try out yours with the vitamin C. Or thank you for that.
right.
So
Oh,
any other common mistakes?
I do. Sorry, let me just interject there. I do.
Okay.
How you feel about the sunscreen. With your skin type, right? Sometimes
Mm,
people with sensitive skin tend to look out for sunscreen that contain zinc oxide. Okay, make sure it's
okay.
broad spectrum, make sure it's water resistant. That will be more suitable for your skin type, because sometimes I know what you're talking about. Sometimes it feels a bit,
Yeah.
tight, or
Mm,
yes. So
mm.
just look out for any sunscreen that contains zinc oxide and you'll be fine.
Excellent.
You'll be
Thank
fine.
you for that. Any other common mistakes that we
Oh,
make?
yes, sleeping with makeup. For women, for men, I would say, like, they tend to not exfoliate before they have their shave. They shave often, and I see
Yeah.
most people, they just either wash their face with the bar soap. They don't actually exfoliate. So they should be able to use a physical exfoliator like a face scrub to actually slowly scrub their face before the shave. What that does is that it loosens where the hair follicles are. It makes shaving more easy. It doesn't give you bumps. Okay,
Mm,
the blackheads and bumps, they get while
yes.
shaving. So that, and then their skin tends to look smoother and not rough like alligator skin. So men, I
Okay.
mostly find that men just, they just sit down and they shave, and they do it constantly. And with each time they do that, the skin becomes thicker and it looks more like leather, as opposed to it being,
Oh,
soft and supple. Yes. So that's one mistake.
okay.
I
Okay. So
find.
to exfoliate first before they shave. That's a
Yeah.
good one. Thank you. Any
Yeah.
other common one that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, not using lip balm that contains SPF. So everyone just moves around and they lick their lips. I don't know if the thing like saliva has sunscreen, but one of the main areas that we find that people get
We've lost you there.
skin cancer. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Okay. You're
Okay.
back.
One of the main areas that people get skin cancer worldwide is on the lips. And we find that most people kind of like neglect the lips and they neglect the scalp. So for men, if you're bald, make sure you put your sunscreen on your head as well. Okay. And then make sure we use like a lip balm that contains SPF 15 or SPF 10 each time we're going out.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a very nice one. And when you were talking about the issue of hair and men having to exfoliate before shaving, a lot of women as well have the usual. I think it comes with the hormones or something, and they begin to wear. And a lot of women use tweezers and everything. What would you advise about that?
Well, when it comes to shaving, I think it's most likely preference, right? But I would prefer waxing, because with each time you wax, your skin, especially with sugar wax, it's almost like your skin goes through a form of exfoliation. Each time your hair grows out, it grows out thinner and softer. There are different options you could actually tread. And if you are shaving, you have to make sure you're not using a blunt shaving stick. You must use a new one every single time. Sometimes we find that because we want to save cost, or oh, I just used it once and I want to keep it. The danger in doing that is, one, the blade is blunt. You are prone to having ingrown hair, and bacteria could actually be on the blades. Yeah, and you could have bacteria like staying on the blades, which could actually reinfect your skin when you're shaving again. So any method you want to use, just make sure that you are not trying to cut corners, if you get what I mean. And make sure you do a patch test. Even if you want to use a shaving cream, make sure that you do a patch test, that your skin is actually not going to react to the shaving cream, so that you don't have a full-blown reaction all over your legs or your armpits or any other area.
Yes, thank you. So, for educators, because we're a lot of educators, and thank you all for all the comments that have been coming in online. It's been fantastic. And to our constant viewers, I was going to ask as well about educators. How would you advise educators to take care of their skin? What do you think they need to look at? What do they need to do to ensure that they're glowing?
As that famous saying that goes like, you have to dress the way you want to be addressed. In skincare, I would say you have to look the way that you want to be addressed. So as an educator, you want people to listen to you each time you speak. You want them to take you seriously. You want them to know that you're coming from a place of, I know what I'm saying and I know what I'm teaching. So in terms of skincare, you have to, I feel like because I'm an educator, so I feel like we have to take care of our skin and come from a place of knowledge. Like, we need to be knowledgeable. So if not enough to be knowledgeable in maybe one subject, like maybe history or economics, but I think it pertains to everything about life, So if you can actually take care of your skin with the basics, look after yourself. So sleep well, eat well, exercise, follow a good routine, see your dermatologist or your esthetician every month. It helps your confidence. It keeps you in a good, healthy habit. You have a good routine. And I think that aura kind of like flows through your work as an educator. It just makes you come out full and stronger and better.
More about the beauty industry as a whole. What is it really about in Nigeria? Are you breaking it? Because I know that Nigeria, we're beginning to have our own brands in Nigeria, and well done for catering for the average woman. But generally, what is it like? Give us let us have a peek into what it's like in the beauty industry in Nigeria.
The beauty industry in Nigeria is actually, it's so robust. Like, initially it was very, very tiny, and it was looked at an industry that didn't hold a promise. We thank God for women like Tara banker, people who,
Mm.
they broke through, and they gave,
Yeah.
people like us the opportunity to see that, yes, this is possible. But there's so much innovation now. Like, it's almost like everyone has a thinking hat on. And yes, there is the challenge of, you have like international brands trying to come in. But I am so pleased with the beauty industry in Nigeria now. We do have lots of brands that are so good. Like, I tell you, they are so good, and they compete with like international brands, from eyelashes to skincare to organic skincare to makeup to lipstick to hair. It's a whole lot. And what we find is that each and every single day there's so much competition, so you just have to keep yourself abreast with what's going on internationally. So I think at this point, there's so much promise. It's amazing how far we've come in the beauty industry. It's really amazing.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's really nice. I mean, while I was reading through your profile as well, you've also trained about over 1,000 women to
Right.
be empowered, to be independent, and to be able to. What was this experience like? Because that's where you come on board as well as an educator as well.
Right. So it didn't happen obviously at one go. It just keeps building. So you tend to have like personal makeup classes, personal skincare classes, group skincare classes, or you could be called to like an institution. You could be called to a school or a bank to talk to women and train them, take them on trainings. And you tend to interact with all these people, and you find out that the thing that could seem so simple to you is so hard to others. And the joy is when you begin to break down those walls, break down those techniques, and you find that they get it. It's almost like they have that glow instantly. It's like light just comes into a dark room, and it's amazing. And you find that these women, it's because it's an investment, like I say, because any knowledge you learn sticks with you. You can
Mm.
only build onto it. And with skincare, you find that anything that you learn about skincare, beauty, makeup, it enhances you. It helps your confidence. So you feel more powerful, you feel more sexy, you feel more in control, like you can take on the world. So it's amazing. It's been a beautiful journey.
Excellent. So if what kind of program then would you have for let's say secondary school pupils? Do you think it's something that they could get into around that time, maybe from year 10? What do you think they could do, they could learn now around skincare or around makeup that could become useful to them or could create a career path for them in the future? Do you think there's anything?
Yes, there is actually. I did go back to my alma mater a few years back to speak to students, and I will start with SS3 and JSS3. So what I did was we had a workshop, and people wanted to learn how to do makeup. And yes, we did, go through that, teach them how to use the right brushes, the right products. And the beauty of that was I got emails later from students saying, thank you so much. I did my cousin's makeup. I earned money during the holiday while we were waiting for our results. So it's a way to keep them busy. Speaking about the JSS1 and maybe from people from 10, 11, you find that when you get into school, even if you're a boarding house or you're a day student, you're prone to changes. You start having like your hormones, different things start going on with you. So at that point, it's more like beauty grooming, where you groom the lady or the male human, how to take care of their skin so they don't have rashes. Because you tend to find that most times when you are in junior secondary school, that's where you have lots of eczema or rashes, or there's always one skin problem. And they always say the water is not good. The food they give is not good, or this and that. So sometimes it throws you into a frenzy, and exactly. And it affects your education. It affects how you, as a student, assimilate simple things in class, because you're either itching or you're in pain. But if you know how to just simply take care of yourself, it's almost like, oh, so I can do this. Secondary school is not so hard. I just need to pay attention, wash my clothes better. Don't use this soap because I have sensitive skin. I can't use this soap. I can't use this detergent. Instead, I should use this, I should use that. Because most times you find that what mommy uses is what she wants to give her daughter or her son. And mommy forgets that, yes, mommy gave birth to these beautiful kids, but they don't have the same skin type. They don't. So you can't say if you used Omo or Clean to wash your clothes, your daughter or your son could do the same. Yeah. Because they could have a reaction with their hands. So maybe they need to use a softer or a more gentle you know, wash. And just simple conversations like that would just make the difference, you know?
Very true. Thank you for that, because really it's never too early to start. And most of them, by the time they are in GS3, they also start having breakouts because their hormones, the body begins to change. And you will find out that the children that know the right routines are able to curb and control it faster than those that are there. They start having all the spots all over their faces.
Right.
So thank you. And that is something we would hold you to, so that you would come and then have sessions with our kids so that they begin to have a routine. And I think it's also good, for those in the boarding house to start a routine early as possible while they are in school, so that they get used to it. Because most of what we struggle with is when we are older, we're used to sleeping with our makeup on and all of that, and we do not have routine. It's having that routine, doing it every day, that really begins to make a difference. So do you have any store in Lagos? Because we know that you're based in Port Harcourt. Is there any way we can reach you in Lagos and everything? How do we get to reach you?
Okay, so no, I don't have a physical brick and mortar store in Lagos, but I do have distributors in Lagos. So if you could send me your email, I'll be happy to email my distributors list over to you so that you could knock yourself out with, you know, lip products on Cage Cosmetics. So yes, but please, if you ever come to Port Harcourt, give me a call.
Oh, that would be good. We will definitely. And we would come in, not just only coming, we would come into the store and do some shopping. But it's good to, I know that we could have distributors. But then if for those viewers that are watching and would like to buy your product, is there your maybe your IG handle, your social media handle that you could share, and then they could send their emails or check for a distributor around them, and so that they could order for products?
Right. So my handle is at Cage Cosmetics. So KAYGECOSMETICS. So at Cage Cosmetics or at Cage Beauty. So that's where you could find me. And then if you could send me an instant message, I would get it and I would respond as soon as I am opportune to, but I would respond. So yeah, so finding me is not hard at all. Just say hello and I'll respond.
Excellent. Are there any trainings going on at the moment that you're having that we could join, whether virtual trainings, physical trainings that are going on that we could learn? Or if we do what personal training, do we just reach out to you via social media as well?
Oh, brilliant. I'm excited you asked me that question. You have clinic with Cage. So yes, on Sunday by 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you. Though your screen is frozen, but I can hear you.
Okay. It's frozen. So I'm moving. Can you see me? Can you see me now?
No.
It's still frozen? Oh dear.
It's still frozen.
Oh dear. So what do I do? Do I?
It's okay. We can hear you. So it's really important that we can. So yes.
Okay. So it's called the Beauty Clinic with Cage, and basically it's a 2-hour webinar this Sunday by 2 p.m. And it's almost like a skincare party because you get to invite your friends and come learn about your
Oh,
skin type, get your skincare routine. I will be able to share with you
excellent.
my tips, my tricks, because I believe that you don't have to be light skinned to glow. For me, I feel
Oh,
like
yes,
healthy
yes,
skin is the best.
it's
Like you
fun.
just have to have
It's the
healthy
best.
skin, and healthy skin is what's optimum. So yes, at the webinar I will be letting you in on all my tips, my tricks, how you could have a sustained skincare routine, and the products that will work right for your skin type, and how this routine can suit your lifestyle. So that's this Sunday.
Excellent.
So if
At
you
2 p.m.
send me a two.
Okay, you said we should send you something.
Yes, if you send me a message, I would be able to send you more information. But right now, the fee is 10,000 naira for the webinar. But if you bring your friend, it's 7,500. And if you bring three of your friends, it's 5,000. So, yay, the more the merrier. So, we need more people.
Yes,
Like I said, it's a
yes,
party. So,
excellent. And we can see your MBA coming to play as well in there.
thank
Business administration.
you. Thank you.
Interested, uh, very interesting, and it's good because really your skin it says a lot. I mean about who you are, about how you're feeling and how you're doing. It says so
Right.
much. So it really is worth the trouble. I believe so. I'm particularly interested in starting the routine on sunscreen because it's one thing that we do take for granted. And then we have the sun here in Nigeria is practically, it takes about 15 hours of our day because even when the sun is setting, you still find that it's still out there and it can still burn up. So that is one
Yeah.
thing that is
And
one
even
thing
when
I
you're
am taking
indoors,
away.
yeah. And
Oh,
even if you're
really?
indoors
So,
and it's raining, yes. Even if it's raining, even if snow is falling, it's cloudy, you have to use your sunscreen, even when you're indoors. Okay?
oh,
If,
so it
yeah.
really should be a part of your daily routine. So
Yes,
it's not about
absolutely.
your going out.
No, it's not
Okay. But
negotiable.
then, wow. And it's not about, but what then when you're indoors, do you need to do the two hours as well?
Yeah, yes. Because it's more dangerous because you don't see these UV rays, but they can pass through the glass
Mm,
and they could come in. So
okay.
it's more dangerous, and that's what causes skin cancer. Okay, so apart from help the sun making us look older than our age, or sunburn, which
Mm,
is what you were describing earlier on about the two-tone
yes.
on your skin, it's
Mm,
more
yeah.
serious when you look at it this way. Like you could actually get skin cancer. So prevention is better than any other thing. So reapply every 2 hours. Of course, when the sun
Mm,
goes down from 5 o'clock,
then,
you don't need
okay.
to. You don't need to. The sun is down, but when you know that the sun
Mm,
is up, especially between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., the sun is really, really hot then. You need to. The UV rays are really,
mm.
really hot then.
Wow, wow. Thank you for that. That is really enlightening. It's really been an enlightening session this evening, despite the bad network. We've learned
Mhm.
about the different types of skin, the dry skin, the oily skin, the combination, and the sensitive skin. Not only have we learned that, we've learned about how to discover which kind of skin you do have. So you know when you have the dry skin or any of the skin.
Right.
We've learned about good use of sunscreen and using a serum, using use of vitamin C. And I think from
Mm-hmm.
what you've said as well, the use of vitamin C as well is non-negotiable as well. We need to use either as a serum or we take it as a tablet. Am I right with
Right.
that?
Right. Right.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay. Good. So
That's right.
the use of vitamin C. Okay, we know that you have distributors in Lagos. So since we can't get to go to your brick and mortar store in Lagos, we have to make use of the distributors. Can you assure us that with the distributors we are getting just a very good price, like we're going into your brick and mortar store in Port Harcourt? or is it more
Yes, please.
expensive with the distributors?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a universal price also. So no, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay,
So the same
fantastic.
price. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for making out time to be with us today on Supreme Leverage. We look forward to having you in the school to talk to the students, the teachers about routines and about good skincare. We hope that we will get to see more of you. Thank you so much for making
Same
out time.
here.
It's
Thank
been
you
a
so much for
wonderful
having
time
me.
on Supreme
Thank you.
Leverage
Thank you
today.
for having me.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I can't wait to meet the students and let them know the importance of sunscreen, because they are not too young to use sunscreen at all. They are not too young. So I look forward to it.
Very true. Very true. Very true. And I'm sure everyone that has watched today has learned a lot from that. I mean, that is one thing I'm sure a lot of our viewers, or practically everyone, has taken on board today: the use of sunscreen and the fact that it is easily accessible all around us. I wasn't sure about the accessibility of sunscreen before until we had this discussion back here. And that is really good to know that we can get it easily around us. Thank you so much for coming on Supreme Leverage. It's been a wonderful evening. Thank you
for
very
having
much.
me.
And so to our viewers, thank you very much for joining us as usual. To parents, teachers of Supreme, thank you for joining, and to all our viewers that join every week, week in, week out. Okozi Loretta, Harriet, I saw you online as well. Thank you so much for being online. I remain your host, Olubukola Adewoye. See you next week, Friday at 5 p.m. on Supreme Leverage. Thank you very much. Bye.